Hi friends, today we are discussing about the Parse platform. Parse is the cloud computing component. So what is the Parse? The Parse platform provides a complete backend solution for your mobile application. Our goal is to totally eliminate the need for writing server code or maintaining servers. On Parse, you create an app for each of your mobile application. Each app has its own application ID and client key that you can apply to your SDK install. Your account on Parse can accommodate multiple apps. So what is the Parse object? Storing data on Parse is built around the Parse object. Each Parse object contains key value pair of JSON compatible data. This data is schemaless, which means that you don't need to specify ahead of time what keys exist on each Parse object. You simply set whatever key value pairs you want and our backend will store it. So note point about Parse object is that keys must be alphanumeric strings. Value can be strings, numbers, booleans or even arrays, and objects anything that can be JSON encoded. So how to save the objects on the Parse Cloud? So we are taking one example. So we will take some example. Let's say you want to save the employee or some save records. So for that first we have to create the object of the Parse object. Now by using put method you can put your key values pair and we can call one method save in background. So by using this save in background method you can save your data onto the Parse Cloud. Fine. So we are taking one example for writing the code how to pass your data onto the cloud platform by using the Android application. So here you are seeing we are having one project, okay, exam project. In that we are having one folder, src folder com.example.exam. In that we are having one main activity.java file. So if you want to design something on the mobile application, then we are having one layout folder in the resource folder. So activity underscore main.xml file. So here we are changing the codes. Fine. Now first we will design whatever layout we are having, we can design here. So first we are taking the linear layout. Okay. Now Android : orientation, you can take horizontal or vertical. So orientation we are taking here as vertical type. Now XML NS : Android, we are having some schema URL. So you can write http:/schemas.android.com apk res10 Android. Now we want to define the width. Now you can write Android : layout underscore width is equals to fill parent. Android : layout underscore height is equals to rep content. Now you can close. So in linear layout we are creating one edit text. Edit text means you can take values at runtime into the text box. So here in Android you are using the edit text. So you can define the ID for this edit text. So Android : ID is equals to @ +ID. Then edt user is the ID name. Now you can define Android : layout underscore width is equals to, you can write fill parent. Android : layout underscore height, you can write rep content. Android : hint, you can write as enter user name. Fine. Now you can create another edit text. Then you can write edit text Android : ID is equals to @+ID oblique edt password we are taking here. So you can write edt password. Android : layout underscore width, you can write as fill parent. Android : layout underscore height, you can write as rep content. Android : hint, you can write as enter password Android $, input type you can write as text password. Okay, so we can take password here in the edit text. Now we can create two buttons, one for inserting records into the cloud, and we can also retry data from the cloud by show button. So Android $ID you can write @ plus ID oblique btn add Android layout underscore width is equals to ref content Android layout underscore height you can write ref content Android text is equals to you can write add. So add button we are creating here. Now create another button, so you can write button Android ID is equals to @ plus ID, and you can write the button name as btn show. Now Android layout underscore width is equals to ref content Android layout underscore height you can write as ref content. Fine. Now you can give the text to the Android button, then you can write Android text is equals to show. So we have designed our page. So you can see into the graphical layout what is the designing part. We have an add username, enter password, add button, and then show button. Fine. Now we have to write some Java code. So we can take one library file. So you can take library file from here. So you can copy parse file. So copy this file. Now we are pasting this file into the library folder. So you can paste this parse library file as the jar file. Now come to main activity.java file. So we are having some import statement as os.bundle app.activity view menu. Now we are adding some new codes here. Fine. So we have to import some new statement. Import android.widget.edit text you can take. Import android.widget.star, or you can write individual, so button. Import android.widget. You can take toast for printing the pop-up. Now you can write some more as the import statement for Parse Cloud. So import com.parse.star, and one more you can write import com.parse.star. Sorry, you can write import com.parse.star. So we are having all the classes in the com.parse packages. Fine. Now we have to create the references for your contents as edit text. You can write edt user comma edt password. Whatever you have declared into the XML file in activity underscore main, you have to refer here. So you can write edit text edt user comma edt password. Now you can write button btn add comma btn show. You can write. Now suppose if you want, then you can write parse object emp as the object name. Fine. Now in main method you have to write parse dot initialize. So in this you have to write one context will be this means current context. Then second you have to write the application ID and then key ID, and then at the end you can put semicolon. So what is the application ID and what is the client key? So for this you have to move to your Parse Cloud. So we have to log, we are having one account, so you can sign up for this account. Now we are logging because we have already one account. So npl tech 85@gmail.com is my account. Now password we are writing here. Okay, so you can log in. So if login successful, now you can create your application in your Parse Cloud. So we are having one apps here. So you can see we have created. If you want to create new app, then now you can click on the create new app. Okay, if you are having already, then you can select your app from here. So we have created one app here, so you can select your app as exam. So we have selected our exam app. Now we can find the keys. So you can click on the settings button. So click on this. Okay, now we can take our application ID. So you can click on the keys. So from here you can copy your application ID and then client key. Fine. Now we are taking our application ID copy. So this one. So application ID you can paste here. So we are pasting application ID. So you can put in inverted commas. Fine. Now here you can copy your client key. So you can copy your client key from here. So copied. Now you can paste client key with inverted comma. Okay, so we have done. So parse.initialize will initiate your Android code with the Parse Cloud. So you have to specify your application ID and the client ID. So by using parse.initialize method, you can connect with the Parse Cloud. Now you can take your values, whatever you input into the edit text. So you can pick by using edt user is equals to, you can convert or you can typecast in edit text. So you can write find view by id. So by using find view by id, you can pick your references from the XML file. So you can write edt user. Fine. Then you edt password you can write. So edt password is equals to edit text. Now you can write find view by id r.id.edt password. Okay. Now you can refer button. Now you can write btn add is equals to new button. Now you can convert it into button. Find view by id. Now you can write r.id.btn add. Okay. Now you can refer your show button. Then you can write btn show is equals to button. Now you can write find view by id in r.id.btn show. Okay. Now we have to reference our buttons here. Okay, but before that we have to create the object of parse. So we have refer object as emp is equals to new parse object. Now here you can write your class name as employee. Fine. So we have to add some listener on the button. So you can write btn add dot set on click listener. Now you can write new view dot on click listener. So we are having one overridden method as public void on click. So you can write your code in this method. So we are writing view as v. So here you can write your code for adding the element onto the cloud. So first we take the values from the edit text. So you can write string uname is equals to edt user dot get text dot to string. Fine. Now you can take your password from the edit text box. Now you can write edit pass is equals to edt password dot get text dot to string. So we have taken our values from the edit text into the Java code. Now we want to save this record onto the Parse Cloud. Now you can take one object of your Parse object. So you can write emp dot put method. You can write. So here you can write your key. So we are writing key as user. And what is the value? Value will be uname. We have taken from the edit text. Now you can write emp dot put method. Now you can write your key as pass, and what is the value? You can write value as pass. Fine. Now we have to save record onto the cloud. Now you can write emp dot save in background. So save in background method will put your data onto the cloud. Fine. Now suppose if you want to write the code for showing your data, now you can refer btn show method dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. Now we are having one overridden method same as previous on click. So here you can write view v. Now we want to traverse all the data. We want to traverse the data from the cloud. So for this we have to create the parse query. So parse query you can write. So parse object you have to refer. Now you can create the object of parse query. Then you write query is equals to parse query dot get query. You can write your subclass name as employee. Okay, so we will traverse all the data one record from the Parse Cloud. Now you can write query dot get in background. So here you can write your object ID. So object ID we will take from the cloud. Now what is the callback method? So callback method we are writing here as new get callback. Okay, so you can write Parse Cloud, and in that we are having one done method. So we are creating the parse object as suppose emp here, and parse exception object we are creating as e. Okay, now we have to write the code here. So how to fetch our data from the cloud? We are having the parse object. Now you can take, we are having one done method. If e equal null, now you can take your data in the form of a string. Now string un is equals to emp dot get string method you can take. Now you can write the key you have set, so user. Now string pwd is equals to emp dot get string. Now you can write pass. Okay, now if you want to print message into the pop-up box, now you can write make text. Context will be main activity dot this. Fine. Now you can write your text. So we want to print our username. Now you can write user plus un. Now suppose if you want to print your password into the toast message, now you can write password. Now password will be in pwd variable. Okay, now duration you can write. So in duration part you can write toast dot length underscore long. So we want to show the message in long duration, so you can write toast dot length underscore long. Otherwise, if this condition is not true, then you can write else block. So in else block we are printing whatever error you are having into the stack. Now you can print by using the e dot print stack trace. Okay, so for showing your data you have to write here one client ID. Okay, sorry, object ID you have to write. Now we have to run this application, so you have to create one Android virtual device. So click on this. Now by using the new tab you can create your Android device. So you can write your AVD name as you want. Now you can select any of the device from this. You can write target as API level 17. Now CPU you can have. Now you can choose your memory options. or internal storage SD card size. Now click on the OK. So we have created one AVD name. So close this. Now you can run your application by clicking on this. Okay, so this is running DDMS post create unit. So you can see we are having one Android virtual device here as the emulator. Okay, so it takes some time to load, so you have to wait for some time. Now after I will show how to store data onto the cloud. Fine. So whenever you writing your code, okay, for retrieving objects, so what is the fun behind of it? Saving data to the cloud is fun, but it's even more fun to get that data out again. If you have an object ID, you can retrieve the whole parse object using a parse query. So we have discussed how to retrieve the object value. Now if you don't know what type of data you are getting out, you can call get and then key, but then you probably have to cast it right away anyways. In most situations, you should use the typed accessor like get string. The three special values have their own accessors. For example, suppose if you want to print the object ID, now you can write string object ID is equals to object dot get object ID method. Now if you want to pick the updated date, now you can write date update at equals to object dot get update at method. Now suppose if you want to pick created time, now you can write get date create at is equals to object dot get created yet. Now you can see here we have loaded our Android phone. Okay, we are having our exam application. Now here you can write your name. Suppose if I want to write name as NPL Tech and password we are writing as NPL Tech. Okay, both value same. So now click on the add button. Okay, so we have saved our data onto the cloud part. Now you can see here if data is present or not. So you can click on the exam on Parse Cloud. Okay, now you have to browse your data onto the Parse. So for this you can take analytics. So in analytics you can click on the data. Sorry, I will show. Wait for some time. Okay, we have to take some refreshment, so you can take our data. In dashboard we are moving. Exam application you are moving. Okay, wait, it takes some time. Now data part. Now click on this. You can click on exam part. Now here, suppose if I write Lalit Matolia, LALIT is the password. Now click on the add button. Fine. Now you can refresh it. So it is taking some time. Okay, so we can see here whatever data you are having. Okay, so we can take example how to store the data onto the cloud. Okay, if this refresh properly, then we are having some data here only with our username and then password. Okay, so whatever username and password we have put, we have checked by using the save in background method. Now here you can write your object ID, but object ID will be created whenever you have added data onto the cloud. So add method will add data onto the cloud. Fine. So we have created our data. Now there is some problem occurring. Okay, for saying the data here. Okay, I'm showing row. I'm refreshing, there is some problem. Okay, so basically we have done all the tasks. You can write your code onto the cloud. Okay, so thank you for watching this channel. If you are having some query regarding the cloud computing, then I will upload the new videos onto the cloud computing. Fine. Now we can check more videos on the cloud computing. So thanks for watching my channel. Thank a lot.